Hey y'all, this is Krazy Keon and I'm out in the outback again. So this video that I'm about to show you is going to debunk a couple of things that folks have been talking about on YouTube. Everybody's like in a tizzy trying to get views, talking about tariffs and how it's going to affect us as RVers. The reality is the whole green energy thing, the whole tariff thing, it ain't affecting us one bit. And in a couple of weeks, I'm going to bring on somebody that's going to speak very candid about this whole issue. But let's get to the show. We'll be with you in a moment.
Welcome to Hangin with the Hazes Uncensored, exclusively broadcast on YouTube. The dynamics of this show are going to be PG-13 only. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube and our Facebook group.
Hey y'all, it's Krazy Keon from Hangin with the Hazes, and it is a beautiful 70-degree morning on Easter Sunday morning and Resurrection Sunday morning, however you want to put it, in Maryland. 70 degrees at 1:30 in the morning, and as you can probably see, I'm about as bored as can be. And so I want to talk about something that I've discussed before, and this is the third video that I've talked about it, but I continuously see videos referring to these states, specifically California, Massachusetts, Maryland, New Mexico, Washington, Oregon, and maybe New York, I forget who the others are, that people are saying that they are trying to do away with RVing, and RVing is going to jump and get ridiculously expensive and all of that. So let's cut to the chase, okay? So as I'm looking at my coach, I'm just kind of thinking about some of the things that make this unit, all right? And when I start thinking about the things that make this unit, the first thing that jumps out at me is no matter what they try to do or what they try to do to alter clean fuel vehicles and all that good stuff, these units are not gonna jump in price. It's not gonna happen, okay? Now let me explain to you why that's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen because the cost to convert chassis to electric or diesel electrics or something like that, in my research that I've done over the last couple of weeks, is minimal. That's first and foremost. So they're not going to make any money on them as much as they think that they are, because if you jack the price up but so much, you're going to not have companies buying these diesel electrics. So I consulted with a good friend of mine who works for the Mass Transit Administration of Maryland, okay? And we discussed some of the buses that they had coming in that are diesel electric and the difference in cost. The difference in cost between a 40-foot diesel motorhome with a diesel power plant on the back versus having an electric motor powered by a diesel generator that only comes on when it needs the power is maybe $20,000. That's it. Okay, so y'all out there putting YouTube videos out talking about if they go to this technology, and I'm even retracting some of the things that I've said, that if we go to this technology, prices are going to become astronomical. You're wrong. That is not true. Stop telling, let me just be real clear. Stop telling people that, okay? And I'm saying stop telling people that is because you're talking about camping getting ridiculously expensive for the wrong thing. Tariffs, another thing. That's not going to create an expense for us. You know what's going to drive the cost up for camping? You, the camper. So what's driving costs right now is revolving around use when you're at the campground, specifically electric water, okay? If you are going to a campground, you're not paying an electric bill, but you are paying an electric bill, because in that fee that you pay, there's electric built in it. Now, the more you use, because you feel that we need to run 3 air conditioners when it's 71 degrees outside, or you want to try to get a 100-degree day down into the 70s, somebody has to pay for that at some point. You know who that's going to be? You right there. You're going to pay for it. You're going to pay for it every single time, because next year when you go back to that same campground, they're going to jack the rate up because of what everybody used last year. So thank your neighbor that pulls the big fifth wheel with 3 air conditioning. Thank them, because they want to run all 3 just because they're camping for the weekend, knowing daggone well they wouldn't do if they were home. They're the reason why camping prices are going up. The cost of these are going up, not because of them trying to change legislation. These are going up simply because of the cost of materials. And truthfully, they're going down because the demand for motorhomes and trailers right now are at an epic low. So if you're going to report information, please try to report it accurately. Changing diesels over to diesel electric, not much more expensive. We're not going to hurt in the pocket for it. Going all electric, something different. You know, I have my feelings about that. That's not going to happen. And we already talked about California had to retract that foolishness. They're done, at least for the next 4 years. And if I can be truthful with you, they have to have an ultra liberal Democrat president that would let that go through in 4 years again. That's what would have to happen. If they are not ultra liberal, if they are anywhere middle of the road to a Republican or whatever that comes in the White, even a libertarian, if they made it, it's never going to happen. It's California, dead in the water. That's just what it is. So, try it. Let's calm down on the scare tactic. I know people are trying to get views. People are trying to do everything. I get that, but tell the truth. And the truth is, California is not banning anything. 2, their legislation is dead in the water. 3, tariffs are not going to drive the cost of stuff up, because truthfully, most of that stuff we can make here roughly around the same price. It just is what it is. Oh, and lastly, going to non-fossil fuel type means to propel these, we're only going to see maybe a 6% increase in price. It's not this astronomical thing that people are talking about. Now, I do challenge anybody out that wants to give me hard numbers. Come on the show. Now, this is just an unscripted, but we have an uncensored show. Come on the show and tell me what you got. I'll show you what I got. Let's compare numbers and facts, and let's debate it like grown people. But right now, just reading stuff off the internet thinking that it's true, that's not the case. Nothing's going up like that. Stop scaring people. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. Stop using up resources that you absolutely don't need. Again, it's a beautiful 70-degree day. You think I got air conditioners on? I got every window in there open, the front door open, and everything. I'm outside recording. I mean, it is what it is. So that's pretty much where we are. So again, if you got any hard evidence that you want to refute me and, have a conversation about it, and we can compare notes and possibly, agree to disagree, I'm good with that. But let's do away with the scare tactics. We got enough of those going on now. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. Again, I'm gonna send it over to my man Funky Skunk. I'm gonna let him do what he do. We out of here.
Be sure to join us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and you can always catch us on Facebook and YouTube. Hanging with the Hazes.